Have you ever wondered why some people seem to achieve their goals effortlessly while others struggle? Could the secret be something as simple as patience? It's a question that's been knocking around my mind for quite some time now. I've found that the times when I've been impatient, when I've tried to rush the process, those were the moments I've stumbled the most. Let me share a brief personal anecdote with you. Once, in my eagerness to hit a personal milestone, I rushed headfirst without a plan. The result? I fell flat on my face, learning the hard way that patience is more than just biding your time. It's about understanding the rhythm of progress, about respecting the journey as much as the destination. So, as we embark on this exploration of patience, its power and impact on personal growth, let's remember this. Patience isn't just about waiting, it's about how you behave while you're waiting. Consider the story of the tortoise and the hare, a tale as old as time. A hare, swift and confident, challenges a slow-moving tortoise to a race. The hare, assured of his victory, takes off at a lightning pace, leaving the tortoise far behind. But in his arrogance, the hare decides to rest, confident he has all the time in the world. Meanwhile, the tortoise, undeterred by the hare's speed, continues to move forward, slow and steady. So what's the moral of this story? It's not about who is the swiftest or the most agile. It's about who is the most persistent, the most patient. The tortoise won the race, not because he was faster, but because he was consistent. He didn't rush, he didn't panic, he just kept moving forward, one step at a time. Now let's think about this in the context of personal growth. We often find ourselves in the shoes of the hare, rushing to achieve our goals, impatient for success. We want to be the best, and we want it now. But more often than not, this haste leads to burnout, to giving up when we don't see immediate results. We forget that true growth, like the journey of the tortoise, is slow and steady, requiring patience and consistency. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Great things take time. It's easy to get caught up in the race, to compare ourselves with others who seem to be moving at a faster pace. But every journey is unique, and it's the slow, consistent steps that lead to lasting growth and transformation. It's about understanding that success is not a sprint, but a marathon. It's about realizing that the journey is just as important, if not more so, than the destination. And just like the tortoise, we need to keep moving forward, regardless of how slow the progress may seem. The path to becoming the person you've never been before is not easy. It requires patience, perseverance, and a whole lot of resilience. But remember, it's not about how fast you get there. It's about the journey, about becoming a better version of yourself with each passing day. Like the tortoise, we need to understand that rushing through our journey won't get us to our destination any quicker. Now, let's discuss why patience is such a vital part of personal growth. Picture a marathon runner. They don't just wake up one day and decide to run 26 miles. They train, they push, they rest, they reflect, and they grow. Patience is the difference between giving up after a few painful miles and crossing the finish line after months, if not years, of training. It's the space that allows for reflection, learning, and growth. Consider the world of business. A startup doesn't become a multi-million-dollar company overnight. It takes time to develop a product, build a customer base, and navigate the marketplace. Patience is the driving force that allows entrepreneurs to weather the storms of failure, learn from their mistakes, and eventually find success. And what about personal relationships? They are not built in a day. They take time, effort, and a lot of patience. You need to understand the other person, accept their flaws, and work on your own. Patience is the glue that holds relationships together, allowing them to deepen and mature over time. In each of these examples, patience is not just about waiting, it's about being open to the process, understanding that growth takes time, and being willing to put in the work while you wait for the results. It's about embracing the journey, not just the destination. Patience is also about resilience. It's about staying the course when things get tough and believing in your ability to overcome obstacles. It's about understanding that setbacks are a part of the journey, not the end of it. In the realm of personal transformation, patience is the cornerstone. It allows us to take one step at a time, to learn from our experiences, and to grow at our own pace. It gives us the strength to persevere, the wisdom to learn, and the courage to keep going. Patience, in essence, is the silent partner in our journey of personal growth. It's the unsung hero that guides us, supports us, and gives us the strength to become the person we've never been before. Remember, personal growth is not a race, but a journey that requires patience. Think about a gardener tending to his plants. He wakes up early, before the sun has even peeked over the horizon, and begins his labor of love. He carefully waters each plant, ensuring it has just the right amount of moisture. He prunes the leaves, removes the weeds, and nurtures the soil. Yet, despite his diligence and efforts, the plants don't sprout overnight. They don't bear fruit the next day. It's a slow and gradual process, often taking weeks, months, and sometimes years. This gardener doesn't rush. He understands that growth cannot be hurried, that nature has its own rhythm and timing. With patience and care, he watches as the seeds he planted slowly break through the soil, reaching out for the sun's warmth. He rejoices at the sight of the first green leaves, but he doesn't stop there. He knows that it's just the beginning of a long journey. Let's draw a parallel here. This gardener is much like each one of us, and the plants he tends to mirror our personal growth. Just like the gardener, we sow the seeds of change within ourselves. We water them with knowledge, prune them with self-reflection, and nurture them with experiences. And just like the plants, our personal growth doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow process, a journey that requires patience and understanding. It's easy to get frustrated when we don't see immediate results. It's tempting to give up when the path to transformation seems long and arduous. But remember the gardener. He doesn't lose hope when the seeds don't sprout immediately. He doesn't abandon his plants just because they're not bearing fruit yet. He trusts in the process, in the rhythm and timing of nature. He knows that with patience and care, the plants will grow, the flowers will bloom, and the fruits will ripen. Just as a gardener trusts in the process of growth, so we must trust in our own personal growth process. So, how can we embrace patience in our journey of personal growth? We can start by setting realistic expectations. Understand that personal growth is not a sprint, but a marathon. It's not about how quickly you can reach the finish line, but rather how much you grow along the way. And growth takes time. It's a process, a journey, not a destination. Next, learn to appreciate the small victories. Every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Did you wake up early today? That's a win. Did you choose a healthy meal over fast food? That's a win. Did you take time to meditate, read, or engage in a hobby? Those are wins too. Each small victory is a brick in the foundation of the person you're becoming. Also, practice mindfulness. Be present in the moment. Don't rush through tasks just to get them done. Instead, take your time. Enjoy the process. By being mindful, you're not only improving the quality of your work, but also cultivating patience. And remember, patience is not passive waiting. It's not about sitting back and doing nothing. It's about active acceptance. It's about understanding that things take time and being okay with that. It's about giving yourself the grace to grow at your own pace. To be patient is to understand that growth is a process, and that process takes time. It's to appreciate the small victories along the way. It's to be mindful and present in the moment. It's to actively accept that things take time and to be okay with that. Patience isn't just a virtue, it's a skill. And like any skill, it can be developed and improved over time. So practice patience, cultivate it, embrace it. In the journey of personal growth, remember to be patient with yourself. You are becoming the person you've never been before.